Sup, everybody. We're here again, edition 9572.7. Welcome back here at Automotive Entertainment in Huntington Beach with owner JT.
JT here.
We got a lot of stuff on this bench, so we're gonna condense it and see what we could go through. So first, you'll notice that the center console is out of the Hummer. This is the subwoofer box that will go in, which this used to just be an open pass-through.
We can actually take it out if you want, so we can see it.
So that will house the sub, 8-inch sub, and that'll get mounted like this, right?
Yeah.
So basically like that.
Yeah.
And then that'll go down and it'll fire down into the truck.
Yeah, so basically we're gonna cut the bottom of the center console so that the woofer can play into the floor. Then this is going to mount to the center console, and the subwoofer is going to mount to this plate.
Yep.
So, and basically goes like that, and then there's side panels with the logos and all that other stuff.
Yeah, so once it's done, for the most part, you won't even know that there's a subwoofer in there.
Nope.
Yep, and again, this is the same 8-inch dual voice cover that's in the Tesla. So the Tesla's got one 8-inch sub, which sounds pretty good. This is just, this is not intended to make the base of the car, but just the mid base for the front section because the Hummer is so big.
Yeah, it's just to help with the front staging.
Yeah, more sub fill, not like produce the whole base of the car. That'll be the 410s. These are done now,
yep.
These were the 3D print ones. These are the tweeters that are in there. What is that, like you put that in there, seal it?
Yeah.
And then this goes through. Here, I'll let you do it. I don't want to break something before I got it.
That's yours anyway.
And it pops right in.
So this is really cool. It fits in there.
So looks completely factory, but now you have a much upgraded tweeter in there, and you have it angled versus before was just a flat tweeter pointing, everywhere but where it should be pointed.
Yeah. Once in the car, he changes the angle of the tweeter.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
Next, we'll save this for last. So this is the rear view camera. So let's go over here real quick. So when I bought it, it comes with 35s, and I upgraded to 38s, which means the tire would now hit the bumper, so you could not put a 38-inch spare on here, and it doesn't make sense to have a 35 if you have a flat tire. So I asked JT, what can we put? First it was like this big bulky thing that normally sticks out, which is really ugly. Then after you take that off, this is basically what you're left with. This is the
connection for the camera.
Yeah, and then you have the camera here. So the reason that this still needs to stay somewhat bulky is this is the camera. So this is a reiteration, it's getting revised, but you'll see the camera goes in here, down here, right? And then you have your rear view camera. This is only the bottom piece is 3D printed, and you still have the top piece that'll go over that. Now these are just gonna be outside, or the male part of it, right?
Yeah.
And then it's gonna be resin filled with carbon fiber, and then real carbon fiber is gonna be the actual finished product.
Yeah, so we're basically making a mold, and the only reason we went with this is just we needed a lip just so that we can visualize what it's gonna look like in the vehicle.
Right.
Now that we know that, okay, we can shrink this down a little bit more, and then it, on the computer it looks good, it looks fine, but once you have an actual part and you're touching it, then you start looking bulky. Yeah, so we're gonna shrink this down as much as we can.
And you may be even able to take this screw out.
Yeah.
Take this piece out because you're limited because this piece is so big. So if we take this out, 3D print our own bracket for the camera, then this doesn't have to be as big, which means this doesn't have to stick as far out. So reducing the camera bracket also means keeping this more flush mount versus sticking it out as far as it is now.
Yeah, and the only concern is we want to keep that angle, that's the original angle that the camera had. So that's the only concern that we have, but other than that, we can remake, all the brackets. So we're definitely gonna shrink this down so that it kind of matches the shape of the actual door.
Right.
So, and we want it to look, like it's a OEM part. So
right.
It'll look cool.
Yep, so bottom line, it'll weigh pounds, if a pound, compared to, I bet that was probably 140 pounds. So we literally dropped 140 pounds off the Hummer by getting rid of the spare, putting this carbon fiber bracket on, making it much, you know, taking a lot less stress off of the door. Tailgate opening and closing, so definitely improved on that goes. And this is like the last time that we did the amps, and then the Ultimate came out, and you're like, oh no, the new version, except this time it's not me to blame for this. So a newer version of the Conductor came out, and it's called the Pro now. So before it was just the Conductor, which was gonna go in the truck, and literally, what, like a week or two ago?
Yeah, it just came out. So
the Pro came out. So the Pro is out now. So it's an upgraded version of that, which is here. And of course, the goal is to always, you know, this has never been intended to put something in the factory. So where do you put it that looks good, that doesn't stick out, but of course is usable? Because you do, like song to song, you could be literally changing this. So this is where the trailer braking is. The chances of me having a trailer on the Hummer is probably about 1%. So they're gonna relocate the trailer braking, stick it underneath here, with the exception of maybe I would have it on there once, so at least we don't lose anything. And then in here, he's made a completely custom 3D bracket. So you can see how tight that fits in there, guys. You just heard it snap in. Now this is just pre-production, so this isn't final, but it'll look like that. So now as you're driving, you just reach down with your right hand and turn it. So what does this do? So this can be your master volume, right? And then what you probably will set and not do, and then you'll mess with the volume on the radio.
From terminal,
right?
Or
your subwoofer volume, which is the gain. So some songs are more bass, some songs are less bass. And then if you press this, then it'll change colors. And by changing the color, now you can change the DSP, which is digital sound processing. So basically the time delayed. So if you're driving it by yourself, you want your left side speakers delayed the most, because even milliseconds of this hitting you versus this hitting you, you want it to sound exactly the same time. But of course, if me and the little girl are in the car together, then you want, basically we call it front staging, right? Front staging means everything is meant for the both of us, and then I would say 5% of the time we might have people in the back seat. So if we do, then you hit the button again, and then we could call that all staging, and they would be different colors. So say like blue is my favorite color, so blue is probably just gonna be driver. And then we could say green is driver front staging, and then maybe orange or some random color that is not my favorite, then we'll use that as all staging. So just by hitting that each time, that changes the staging. Hit it again, master volume, hit it again, and then of course that would be your sub gain. So 99% of the time this is just gonna be subwoofer control. You know, but if someone else, if it's me or me and her together, then you change it from driver's tune to front tune.
Yep. Yeah, so basically that's how you do your different presets.
Right. So you have you can have presets of digital signal, which is your thing. You could probably even have presets of equalizer if you wanted to, maybe like rock preset versus,
you can do 14 different presets.
14, yeah.
Yeah, it's too confusing. We will never try to do that many.
No one would ever.
We will have to give you a
You'd have to get out a book. Color purple is driver's tune, but rock setting. Okay, we got to change that window.
Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, I mean, it's information overload, but if you want to, it's all programmable.
Yeah. I mean, preset number 6 will be for your Mexican music, you know?
Of course, which, you know, pull it up for the taco truck. Now the JT's already down. How many pounds? Doesn't eat that taco anymore.
Yeah, we don't need tacos around here.
Yeah. So,
yeah. And then we have a lot, you know, other stuff going on. We have the lights pretty much done. We have horns. We have.
Because we're working on train horns, which are for off-road use only. We're working on a PA system, which is off-road use only.
Yep.
Undercarriage lights, off-road use only. A lot of off-road use only, right? We don't drive on the street and do anything illegal.
Nope.
And then we have lights on the inside of the truck, because the Hummer is literally horrible. It has no factory ambient lighting whatsoever, like zero. And then we got the rock lights.
Then we're almost ready to cut all the parts for the center channel.
The center channel, and then the last thing would be the subwoofer box.
Yeah, but we have the subwoofer box.
The whole scan's done.
I'm feeling pretty confident that we're almost ready to cut parts, but we need to get all the panels back to where they belong, so that we can test fit. But
got it. So as you guys see, if you turn around the camera, you'll see you can see some wires underneath the truck hanging. That's for some of the undercarriage lights. If you go to the front, you can see everything's out of the front because they're running wire everywhere. So you can see they're in the process of wiring up for the undercarriage lights, the PA system eventually, the train horns, and the bad thing about an EV is it's a solid battery pack underneath, which means you don't have traditional space. So you have to find holes, like a hole in here to put stuff. Because normally you would have just everything's open underneath, where if you look underneath this, it's almost like a sports car. Everything's completely flat underneath and there's no access. So you, other than the accessing here, or maybe in a couple spots in the back, that's it. There's nothing in the middle of the car that you could just randomly mount stuff up underneath like you could on a traditional vehicle.
Any wires have to come to the front and then into the vehicle from the front.
Yeah.
Can't do, and we don't like drilling any holes or anything like that. So.
Yeah, you can see this is the bad boy for the amps, right?
Yeah.
That's the power?
Yeah.
Yep. So you can see how thick this guy is.
0 gauge.
That's 0 gauge wire, so this draws all the power for all the amps, and this goes all the way to the back of the truck. And then you'll have everything else that integrates within there. So once this is done, it'll look like no one's ever even touched it.
Yes, sir.
All right, guys, thank you for joining in. Episode 9746.
Who's counting?
I don't even know. I don't even count anymore. Is it March? Is it the spring? Is it going to snow next week? I don't know. Anyways, thank you guys. Like, comment below. See you on the next one.
All right, see you guys on the next one. Hopefully we'll be playing by then.
Yes, hopefully we have some sound for the next edition.